and see how this moves. Woo! Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over a 2023 GV80 with a very, very interesting interior and exterior spec. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Genesis of Linden, Utah for giving me some time with this GV80. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out their current inventory and also what they have coming in from the factory. Something that I absolutely love about the Genesis of Linden is they make sure to take care of all their customers and give them an amazing deal. So if you're going to buy a new Genesis, you got to buy it from the Genesis of Linden. If you have any questions whatsoever, just ask for Marie. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. And then last thing, quick disclaimer, if there's little like raindrops that pop onto the camera view, it's because it's like misting rain right now, and so I'll do my best to keep the camera clean, but just a little disclaimer. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6, goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 375 horsepower and then 391 pound-feet of torque. And I love how the engine cover situation looks like a spaceship. Now let's go to the front end of this GV80. So first off, we have the signature Genesis logo front and center with the distinctive like U-shaped body line there on the hood. And you guys probably noticed that this has matte paint and it is green, and this thing absolutely pops in person. It is crazy. Now we've got the LED daytime running lights here with the headlights. Notice you got the parking sensors integrated here onto the front end, and then you got the little vent piece there. And then notice with all the chrome trim here for the grille, you do have a camera there just below the Genesis logo, which is pretty cool, and a sensor just below that. But yeah, just look at the front end of this thing. Coming around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 265, 50, 20 in the front and the rear as well. And then you guys can see the design here on the wheel with the silver on the top and then the metallic gray with those kind of like smaller spokes. Pretty unique overall. And of course we have our turn signal light here on the side, which if I pull up the key fob quickly, you guys can see what that looks like. Notice the fender flares are body painted, and then you can see here with the silver trim along the side, and then notice with the mirrors also body painted, and this thing with the matte green just looks so cool. There's your full side view. Here's our key fob for the GV80. We got the Genesis logo there on the back. We have our lock function or unlock, the opening for the hatch, remote start, and then this is our parking assistance, so you can move it forwards and backwards. And then we also have this to turn on the lights, which is, yeah, a new function, pretty cool. Anyways, holding this down, this will pop open the hatch, and you can see tons of storage space here in the back of the GV80. Look at that little speakers for the sound system back here. That's such a nice little piece. Got the cargo cover here. That's why I love how this handled. Like I said, it's just so nice. Notice here for the second row, we can raise or lower the seats automatically, and then we have our little 12 volt right there, and then really nice metallic trim here down below. And then we can lock it with that, and then just press that, and that'll lower the hatch right back down. Now finishing things up with the rest of the rear, you guys can see we've got the signature Genesis taillights, and then of course we got all of our logos, including the 3.5T badge to flex on everyone that you got the turbocharged 6-cylinder, and then parking sensors here at the bottom. And then here's a quick look at the covers for the exhaust tips, and well, that's the rest of the rear. Now this is where things get real spicy with the interior. So you guys can see we've got this beautiful brown leather and brown wood trim, which is pretty normal. But then we pop down, and yes, that is in fact green leather that you guys are looking at. And then more speakers here for the sound system. Look at the finish on the controls. And boom, green seats to match the exterior. This is absolutely insane. We've got our power adjustments here on the side, and let's pop in. So now that we're in here, you guys can see the little storage pocket there, and great space. Also, I think this is hilarious. We have a mirror so we can stare at our beautiful selves inside the GV80. Anyways, got some vents down below with our climate controls, and then you guys can see with the heated seats, cooled seats for the back, and then notice with the charging ports. And then we have, well, our cup holder armrest, center console situation. Really nice, like with all the leather on it. And yeah, these seats, look how cool these are. Like, just yeah, super unique. And also, obviously you got the seat adjustment there. Let's head to the front. Now here is the front door panel. Look at this leather here at the top and then the wood trim down below and then more brown leather. And then you guys can see with the green here at the very bottom. We do have memory seats right here. And then we've got all of our window controls. The mirrors, they do power fold in. They also have blind spot monitoring. And then front seats, just, yeah, look at this. So beautiful with the design. And then you've got our power adjustments here on the side, and then notice the massaging seat function. Lots of green. And then the pedal layout down below, and then even it's green down there. That's cool. Auto stops are control, stability control, steering wheel is power adjustable. Let's pop in. So here is our steering wheel for this GV80. You guys can see it's actually two-tone with the coloration. You've got like the brown here on the outside and the green on the inside. Paddle shifters here on the back for the 8-speed automatic. And then we've got controls for like the steering assistance, our adaptive cruise control, and notice with the Genesis logo, front and center, and then voice command, volume controls, all the normal practical stuff. Turn signal light stock, windshield wiper stock that have nice ends on them. And there's a steering wheel. So here is the gauge cluster. Now this has the 3D gauge cluster, which never pops up onto camera very well, but it looks very interesting in person, suffice to say. And we can press that pages button to scroll through different menus here in the center. Pretty standard stuff to give you different bits of information on the vehicle and all that. The exciting thing is the drive modes. So notice when I pop into sport, completely changes the appearance of the gauge cluster. You got your custom, and then comfort, eco, and then snow. So yeah, you got drive modes for pretty much everything, but the big thing, again, the party trick that's not popping onto camera very well is the fact that you got that 3D gauge cluster. So here's the center infotainment screen. First off, if we pop it into reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and we also have that bird's eye view as well. And then you guys can see here with our exterior 360 shot, very, very unique, that is for sure. But yeah, really good from a camera system perspective, having the full 360 camera. And there is also a camera button that I can press, and then I'll pull up the camera system as well. Now as for the infotainment system, it is a touchscreen. It's very responsive actually, which is great. Notice we have passenger talk, so you don't have to strain your voice if you've got passengers in the back seat that are being frustrating and you need to say something to them. But we can also control the infotainment system with a dial, so you don't have to use the touchscreen function if you don't want to. And of course, we just gotta put that massaging seat function on. There you go. Now you can see here with all the trim on the dash and the stitching that goes across, again, brown in coloration. I love the vent. We'll actually call this the mega vent because it goes like all the way across. And then down below, we've got our analog controls here for the climate system. So dual zone climate system, heated and cooled seats. And it's cool with the whole like screen functionality on it. It works really well. And then got really nice wood trim that covers that. Wireless phone charging pad, USBs, all that. And then we have like our control station here for the infotainment system with like the dial and the volume controls and all that. And we've got some cup holders right here. Look at the trim all around. And then again, that crystal dial shifter, which looks really cool. We've got this for the camera button, parking sensor, hill descent control, and this does have a center locker to make it so the power distribution front to rear is completely equal. And then your drive mode select. And opening up the center console. Ooh! Tons of storage space inside the center console, and I love the overall look there. And then you guys can see with the green leather down below, and then notice it's quilted here on your like knee rest area, so it kind of provides some extra padding. And then there's some storage space underneath there. And here's the glove box lined with felt, tons of storage space inside of that. And then popping up top, you guys can see we've got, well, it's kind of hard to see with the lighting, but we have like really nice headliner, again, brown, like the coloration matches here. And then we've got like this dual sunroof situation. So we have like one in the front and then one in the back. There we go. Now we have plenty of light up here. Also, I just accidentally opened up the whole sunroof. So now you guys can see the headliner a little bit better, but I can tell you this looks so fancy in person. Now here is our window sticker for this 2023 GV80 Prestige Matte. And you guys can see here with the warranty information, we've got a 5-year 60,000 mile on the new vehicle warranty, and then 10-year 100,000 mile on the powertrain. Probably can't see too much because of the glare. Base MSRP is $62,700. After all options, this one stickers for $76,490. And let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood with the heads-up display. Both of the mirrors just do have blind spot monitoring. And then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. Oh, setting off in this very unique GV80. And I've actually already done a review on the new GV80 with the 3.5T. So we're just gonna do a kind of a shorter drive today, but I guess we have to see how the green drives, because this thing is so interesting. Like I absolutely love this color combination. If I was gonna get a Genesis, I think this is the color combo I would get interior and exterior, because like it's just so unique. And you know, I think like brown is just like, that's just like a normal luxury color, and then adding the green to it just adds this extra bit of pizzazz, is what we'll call it. I'm gonna pop into the sport mode. Notice we got the turn signal camera, a nice bit of safety tech, and see how this moves. Woo! It's definitely punchy, that's for sure. It's a big benefit of the 3.5T versus going for the 4-cylinder. Yeah, it drives amazingly well. The GV80 is super comfortable. Like ride quality is amazing, seat comfort's amazing, like really good luxury SUV. And yeah, like when you go for bumps and everything, the suspension's really good at soaking it up. Like they have nailed it when it comes to luxury here with the GV80. And so overall, I think Genesis is doing something special here. First off, their cars look amazing. And you know, now like they not only look amazing, they drive amazing. Like there's just so much to love about the Genesis lineup, and this color is so crazy. Like Mercedes does some like matte colors, but you usually don't see like stuff like this with a freaking green interior. Like, this is just out of the world. So anyways, I can't talk. We're just gonna sum things up. Let me know what you guys think about this spec. That's gonna sum things up for our video with this GV80. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Genesis of Linden, Utah for giving me some time with this GV80. Check out the M-Tron in the description down below. If you have any questions whatsoever, just ask for Marie. I'll see ya.